But both players are ready for game number 1 here of this Division 1A match, Myles versus Cobra. Potentially a playoff deciding one between both players. Let's count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We're all learning, Vandy. We're all learning. But, like, I wouldn't take what I said as, like, a concrete answer for why people do it in terms of, like, reroll, increment. That's just my, like, it's one person's opinion. Someone else could have an entirely different one on why they do it. Like, some people could say, oh, it does make a difference, or, oh, it doesn't make a difference. My opinion is, I mean, if it makes you feel like you're gonna be playing better, go for it. I don't really care. Preparing to take over when Kingsman crashes out. Hey, buddy, if Kingsman crashes out, you're gonna have to go through me as well, and the rest of us Restreamers. You don't think Kingsman has backups or contingency plans should the Kingsman crash out happen? Come on, we take extensive training camps. Like, we go into extensive, like, training courses every single, like, regular interval that we can. Like, we all have a prepared, extensive contingency plan should, in the exact event of a Kingsman crash out, you know? Like, we know it like the back of our hand, and we're not gonna share that with anyone because it's top secret information. Both players going to start off strong here with some Tetrises. Going back to 18 starts. We did do a lot of 19. But we're slowing things down, so to speak. Well, slowing things down in the context of this month. It is Fast February. Because CTM is doing Faster Masters. So 19 has been all the way of this season. This month. Current lead is with Cobra, 234, Myles, 215. And in terms of head-to-head record, these two players have faced off twice, and both have taken a match off the other. The last time that these two faced off was in CTM Masters in February, just this month. Cobra won that one 3-0. So it's going to be a rematch of that. And Myles will be hoping for a different outcome this time around. Would be huge for his season, but Cobra meanwhile hoping for some status quo in that regard. 380 Cobra, 341 for Myles. Tetris again for Myles and for Cobra. Myles, as of the last Premier Poll ranking, currently rated 5th by the journalists and broadcasters. Cobra, 15th, has been one of the newer inclusions in the Premier Poll rankings, but an absolutely deserving player, has been rapidly rising through the ranks of not only the CTL scene, but just the general classic Tetris scene. Is a TNP graduate, which love to see some TNP representation in Div 1. Cole also, I believe, is a alumni of TNP. I think that ranking for Cobra is going to go up if you may. I would not be surprised in the slightest. I'm not a participator in the rankings myself. I would need to watch a lot more Tetris to feel deserving of doing that. A few people have asked me about it, but my general opinion is I think it should be left to people who watch a lot of Tetris and know a lot about... I mean, I would say I know a decent amount, but I just don't watch enough because I'm busy restreaming it. I think I'd want to wait until I get in a position where I can watch more on a regular basis before I touch ranking people. And Cobra and Myles both going to go into level 19 here. 605 to 563. TNP graduates earn 78% more than those with just a high school diploma. Exactly. Precisely that. That's why I, the AdamIrish experience, am also going through the TNP Academy on my Tetris journey. Although, to be fair, I've been kind of stuck for a while in the early classes, you know, but I'm getting there. 688 Cobra, 617 for Myles. I would need to watch more Tetris, says the man who restreams. No, but it's true though, King. Like I restream a lot of Tetris, but I don't like watch a lot of other streams. It's not because like, oh, I don't want to give like attention. Like it's not like oh, I don't care. I just don't have time, either because I'm busy with work or because of my time zone, because a lot of it is American centric. I do try to catch the European stuff whenever I can and other people's restreams whenever I can, but as for the main events, usually I don't have the most time to, but I do try to watch back VODs, that being said. I do try to watch back VODs when I can. And I am generally watching more than I used to, so maybe one day I'll do some Premier Poll rankings, but I would say I'll wait until I get a better grasp and am able to watch more actively. I also want to start writing for This Week in Tetris as well. Kind of dip my toes in that range too. 824 for Cobra, 797 for Myles. Myles is with a clean board right now. Cobra is 3 rows from the top. We'll get a Tetris over. You watch a lot of Tetris while you're working. It's not as easy for me. I wouldn't be able to... Twitch is blocked where at my workplace, so I can't watch on my like work computer. Of course, I do. I have watched some matches on my lunch, but not actively while I'm working. Jasmine complimenting Myles' hair. Also, I wouldn't say I restream 40% of matches. I think that's kind of like Annie Shark levels of restreaming percentages. That actually probably is a realistic thing of how many she takes. But hey, it's okay. Max out for Myles, A30, Cobra 982. Cobra's 4 lines ahead, and Myles is gonna get a Tetris here, 2.5 ahead, as both players are about to hit level 29. And he's at yeah, 50% wouldn't shock me. Is that 50% for like all season? Like, she's absolutely going. She's probably gonna. She has most restreams in the bag, but it would be a huge accomplishment for her if she got best restreamer, because she's mute. She isn't able to. Oh, Cobra hangs a couple pieces, not getting some 5 taps over. Doesn't get another. Getting spammed with bars, but can't do anything with them. And Cobra is gonna top out at A67. Myles B95 will take game 1. GG's. I would say she does 40 to 50 in TNP. I mean, see, count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. But yeah, as I said, it would be a fantastic accomplishment for her if she was to win Best Restreamer because of the obstacles that she faces. And I wouldn't even go as far as to say it would be like, oh, like a pity vote or anything, because what is there to pity about? she has worked her ass off. Yeah, exactly. Like, she... just relentless restreamer. And I commend anyone who can do that. Because if you remember, back in the day, I used to take my fair share of, like, ungodly... I mean, hell, I did a back 13 back a few days ago, so I'm still doing a pretty high number of streams, but not as, like, much as that. Mainly because time. Time is a big factor. Currently, Myles leads 142, Cobra 124. Myles with a couple holes at the bottom of the stack. Should be able to reach him with a few burns or so, but Myles instead is going to go for a dirty center wall Tetris and will get it. I think you're the latest person to stream me other than Annie. There's been a lot of active restreamers in the past couple months. It's been, yeah, I would say especially in the last few months, there has been a lot of active restreamers. Not as much in the past couple weeks, because it has kind of been a bit of a quiet period when it comes to Tetris. CTL, this season is starting to wrap up in CTL. TNP isn't as active because a lot of the players are in school and wouldn't really be actively competing. But there is a lot of people interested in restreaming. There's a lot of people starting up restreaming, and it's cool because restreaming is just as much of a part of this community as playing is. Like, commentators are just as valuable to hear as these players, because without the commentators and restreamers, there wouldn't be matches to watch. And there wouldn't be broadcasted matches or league matches or whatever matches. You're in school, but you still compete. But some players can't. Like, some players aren't able to, whether their parents don't let them, or they would rather just focus on, like, their academic stuff rather than playing Tetris, which is completely fair. Myles doesn't get that L piece all the way over, but is getting some good pieces. 378 for Myles, 342 for Cobra. Cobra also looking for a few burns here. There's on some good efficiency, 80% Tetris rate from Myles. Cobra 67, also not too bad at all. Like, I would especially say, like, because Con, you're young, so you probably have a lot more free time when it comes to school and, like, outside of school stuff than, like, someone who was in college doing, like, the final year of their course, like, studying for finals and all that sort of stuff. Or if they're in their senior year of high school or about to graduate. They would not have a lot of free time for classic Tetris, because there's other priorities going on in their life. If you do a whole match per day, it would only be like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, but some people don't have 30 minutes to an hour to spare because they have other things going on in their life. Like, some people don't have that time. .544 for Myles, 506 for Cobra. Both players about 15 or so lines away from transition, which will be coming up at line 130. Level 19 will begin then. And that will mean a speed increase from those 19 speeds up until level 29. But crucially, every time 10 lines after that, the amount of points you get per Tetris and per line clear will increase. Every level onwards. So, wrapping up level 18 here. Both boards are clean, and Cobra goes into level 19 at 579. Myles 616. Nice Aki bar there. Tetris ready. Gets the bar over. Tetris from Myles. Cobra Tetris ready as well. Gets a Tetris. And a Tetris from Myles as well. 666. A devilish lead for Myles. 627 for Cobra. Hello, Chen. Welcome in. Good to see you. You're just in time for game 2. We've started level 19 speeds here. Myles holds a Tetris and a half lead. Like, I'll speak from my perspective. I mainly restream. And I'm mainly focusing on that right now rather than comp, because I don't have time for both right now because, well, I'm not doing, like, I don't have school or anything. I'm planning a house move. Like, I'm moving to the UK proper, the mainland, not the Isle of Man, in April. And virtually all of my free time is being devoted to that for obvious reasons. So I kind of had to choose. Well, not really choose. I was gonna choose restreaming, kind of either way, but I can't do both because I don't have the time to invest in multiple-hour training sessions in Tetris. So this is the alternative. 875 for Myles, 766 for Cobra. There are 490 non-live ELO ranked matches so far in February. Annie has done 111 in February. Like, that's 25%, but still, that is crazy for one person. And, like, there's been more restreamers than, like, ever, it seems. At least recently. So, like, 1 in 4 is crazy for one person. $53, I will take that. I did not think I did 53 this month. 954 Myles, 842 Cobra. Both players getting a bit of a drought. Tetris for Cobra. Myles looking for another bar here. Plugs with the Z piece. Gets that bar over to the right. Getting some nice burns. Tetris for Cobra, 913. Using this to catch up as Myles is still digging here. Myles' board really creeping up, level 28 now. But Myles gets all the right burns needed. Is Tetris ready? Needs to keep that right side open. Skims with the T. Still waiting for that bar. It's not arriving for Myles. Skill still skims. Where's the bar? No bar for Myles. And Cobra max outs into level 29, 826. And that is going to be Cobra taking game 2. Way between these two in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, monthly Tetris is doing all the work here. And that's looking like 18 there. I think Cobra's colors are just being... We're going pink. Besides, we'll be able to confirm by the, yeah, that's That's 18. So no need to worry. Myles is still looking for his first Tetris here. Going to have to burn early on. Bit of a suffer start here for Myles. Is Tetris ready on row 4? Tetris for Myles. Tetris again for Cobra. Both players now have recovered from that difficult start. Cobra still maintaining an 83% Tetris rate. As a T-spin setup, but not going to be able to wait for that T-piece. Does put down the S-piece there instead. Myles is now caught up and gotten to Tetris to take the lead here, 152 to 148. Gonna once again give a big shout out to our prize pool, which is being done on Matt Chirino. If you follow that link, it'll take you to our prize pool for Division 1, where the best players in this season will be able to take home a chunk of the prize pool. And the higher that number is, the higher that chunk, that amount of the chunk that's going to be. I cannot speak. The higher the amount of that chunk it'll be. So if you wish to contribute to that, any little bit helps, of course, you can go to that link, and you'll be the bestest friend of not only CTL, but of me, the AdamIrish experience. Forever and ever and ever. Believe me, it's true. Yeah, high chunks, exactly. Not only help them to take chunks off of their Tetris boards, with burns and Tetrises, but get chunks of money. Who doesn't like money? Especially in this economy. Yeah, I'm eloquent as ever. That's the thing with me. Like, I'll either like people will always say like, oh, you're so eloquent, or like you have a way with words, and then I'll just like stutter through the most basic of sentences. Rogue Potato with a $13.33 contribution towards the prize pool. Thank you so much, Rogue Potato, bringing us up to $333.33. All the threes, and also 300,000 for each of these players. 351 for Myles, 366 for Cobra. We're at about 100 lines now, and the board has decided that Cobra is on level 23, rather than still on level 18. Of course, is still on level 18. The colors are just being a little bit silly. Yeah, level 12. Like, I didn't know we were doing Classic Tetris 12 again. Cobra is... Okay, I guess we're just level 20, level 14. You simply love to see that. Yeah, this is level 14, all right. Yep, absolutely. He's just an absolute king of pushing down. Didn't you know this? 486 for Myles, 497 for Cobra. Yeah, the level counter's still going up as if it's level 12, which is really funny. Myles with a misdrop there of that S piece is now going to have to try to build around that. Level 19, 533. And level quote-unquote 16 for Cobra, 546. In reality, it is level 19. Or is it? 570 now. Tetris for Cobra. Tetris for Myles. Cobra does have a bar dependency in column 7. Fills it in. Puts that bar over to the left-hand side. Tetris again for Cobra, leading by a... Well, was leading by a Tetris and a quarter there, but Myles gets a Tetris to catch up. Tetris again for Cobra. And, Cobra on quote-unquote level 18 here. Somehow I do doubt that. Cobra, but not the cleanest board here. Had to put that S piece over to the right-hand side, so we'll have to get the well uncovered. Myles is going to take a Tetris and now is ahead by about 45,000 points over Cobra. Cobra does get the well back open. Now is Tetris ready. Is stacking quite well here. We'll create a little bit more clutter with that T placement there, but does get it open quickly. Still waiting for a bar. Taking a couple more burns, keeping that stack at a manageable level. Tetris for Myles, Tetris for Cobra. Both players on, well, Cobra going to level 25 in reality, so will Myles. Cobra doesn't get that Z piece all the way over. We'll get that bar all the way over that time, but now we'll have to clean up as Myles is pulling further and further into the lead, now ahead by 4.5 Tetrises, 897 to 772 for Cobra. And the board's just freaking out right now on Cobra's end. It's a Tetris rave going on Cobra's end when it comes to those flashing colors. Yeah, dance floor, exactly. It's a rave. It's like if 10th Ibis was doing a DJ set or something like that. A64 for Myles, 912 for Cobra. Cobra playing Tetris in 2045. Exactly. Yeah, he's just on his like 7th rebirth right now. Don't worry about it. Like, it's casual stuff. Myles goes into 29. B36. Cobra at 987. Cobra trying to keep this board clean. Still 4.5 Tetrises down, so is going to need to stay alive and try to score something here. Is getting the board cleaned up, though. Nice T. Burn with the T piece, and Cobra is looking to get that well back over to the right. Will do so. Is building up here. Takes a double. A couple delayed burns there with that square. B63 here for Myles. A12 for Cobra. Cobra's Tetris ready. Waiting patiently for the bar here. Myles gonna get a bar to the left, but hangs a square and hangs a T. Myles is gonna need to try to stabilize this board quick. Needs a 5 tap over. Does get a J piece, but hangs another J, and Myles is gonna be done at A90 or B90, excuse me. Cobra is on B11. Needs 2 Tetrises. B18 needs B91. Don't remember being level 27 being this fast. In reality, Cobra's on level 35, I believe. B50 needs B91, less than a Tetris away. Can just line this out. Has time. but would probably need to think about getting more score here. 19 lines away from level 39. Should have time, though. 8,000 away. Few more lines will do it. One more burn. And that's gonna do it. Cobra takes game 3. One heck of a chase down that was. Cut it close, but we'll take game 3. GG's. Y'all gonna be spoiled for choice. I gotta say that. But what is a Halo Knight chase down? That is a good question. Knowing your math, maybe? Well, players are ready to go for game number 4 here. Can Myles take us to game 5, or will Cobra try and finish this off? Let's get this underway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And 2 different openings here. In terms of, well, they got the same pieces, but 2 different openings for both. Decided to go down different roads when it comes to where to put the pieces. So it's must win here for Myles. Okay, I suppose we'll coin that. I wouldn't be too opposed to coining that as a term, at least in my own use. If it satisfies your ego, Knight, I'll do it. Because I'm sure you have an insatiable appetite for commentators and players alike stroking ego. I mean, who can blame you? Hey, that's not an egotistical response. Now you shouldn't be like, yay! You should be like, good, or like, splendid. You have to talk like in full capitals, like full stops. You gotta go like full, just like, full of themselves, you know. Justified. Exactly, Elp. You know what I'm talking about. But Myles is in trouble here. A little bit at least. Would need to be quite careful. Oh no! Oh no! No! Myles! That's not content! Come on now! How are you gonna make a short out of that one? How are you gonna make a TikTok out of that? Cobra is gonna take game number 4. And that is gonna be the win, going to Cobra. GG's, that is that is a hard pill to swallow there for Myles, as now Myles is going to be really dependent on other results here, but GG's to Cobra. With that, is going to earn 6 vital points in this hunt. Saying go team. And both players getting a bit droughted here currently, but both still with clean boards, solid play. Current lead is with me, 126 to Huff, 62. After about 25 lines or so. Do you have work in a few hours? I don't have work until 9. I'll be anticipating that I go to bed about... Well, I don't have to leave for work until 9. So I'll have likely about 7 hours of sleep, so I'll be fine. I will be good. As far as sleep goes, I've done a lot worse. Tetris for meme and for Huff. As far as a head-to-head record goes with both these players in ELO matches only, Huff is 2-1 on Meme. The last time these two faced off against each other was in January CTM Masters, in which Meme won 3-0. For that, it was 2 losses back-to-back for Meme in 2 back-to-back matches in CTM Lone Star, and then CTM Masters in July and September 2023, respectively. Yeah, I'm young. Exactly. Well, young enough, at least, in terms of handling it, but I'm sure it'll get tougher the older I get, you know. Like, if I'm here 5 years, still doing these, maybe I won't be able to take as late, but yeah, I could afford it. But I have generally been trying to sleep earlier. Kind of out of necessity as well as for my own sake rather than anything. 469, hey now, for Meme. 369 for Huff. So double 69 scores on the 69 seed. So many hey nows, you can't even keep count. I think I'm middle-aged in Tetris years. I mean, I've said it plenty of times. Everyone in this community is either 10, 20, or 40. There is no in-between. Like, you're either, like, literally a child, you're in your early 20s, or you're, like, 40. And I fit neatly into the early 20s category. I'm 21. 554 me and 472 for Huff. Or 70. Yeah, I mean... There are exceptions, of course, Blue Scooty's grandpa. And we value those exceptions. Jasmine passes on to Meme that it was not a Vitz that Meme completed there. I'm sure Meme is devastated at the news, and that has ruined her entire flow, knowing that that was not a Vitz. Arboro's a rare 30. We're talking about, like, Arboro as if they're a rare, like, Pokemon type. Oh my god, I've just acquired a rare 30-something. It's so rare. New collection of my Pokedex. 730 for me, I'm 646 for Huff. Hi, howdy, good luck. Hello, Triple J Dragon. A random question, when does afternoon become evening? I would say about 5:30. I start saying, like, because I work at a call center, I would start saying good evening to customers at about 5:30. But it also depends on what time of the year it is. Like, I'm not going to say good evening at summer in 5:30. I'll still say good afternoon. Like, I would say if when the sun has gone mostly down, I'll call it good evening. It's not as like a it's not like a black and white answer or like a blanket answer that you can give. It depends on the time of year. Like around this time of year, I would say 5:30 is solid evening territory. 816 for Huff, 826 for me, and both players still stacking pretty clean as we go into level 23 here, and both on excellent pace. The 69s, like they just keep on piling up. Huff was on 69% Tetris rate there for a moment. But yeah, like winter, I would say 5 to 5:30 would be evening. If it's like December, maybe even like 4:30. Spring, I would say about 6-ish, 6:30. Summer, I would say 7:30 to 8 would be evening. And then autumn, same as spring. Huff's board getting a bit rough here. It's still working through it. Nice S-piece over to the left-hand side. 873 for Huff, 991 for Meme. Both players on level 26. Huff is digging this down quite well. Nice adjustment of that square. Still digging through, but it looks like Huff is in control of this board for now. Gets the bar dependency open. Gonna decide to slide in an L piece there. Nice couple of doubles here for Huff. Meme gets a max out there. A97 going into level 28 here. To level 29 will be arriving at about 9 lines for her. She gets a Tetris. And Cousin AVI with a tier 1 sub gifted to Jasmine. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Cousin AVI, much appreciated. Big supporter all around the Tetris community. We appreciate you so much. Meme goes in to level 29 with a C07. Huff with a 959, 247,000 points back. Huff doesn't get the T-piece all the way over, and is going to top out it. Simul top out for both players. 959, Meme C08, and Meme does enough to take game number 1. Yeah, I'm kind of a one-trick pony. Both players are ready to go for game 2. Let's count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. 19 chooses Meme. I know, it's such a poet. Very similar openings from both players here. Still continuing to stack very similarly, even if there's a little bit of deviation. Oh no, double flip there for Huff. That hurts. It didn't affect his board too much, but that early is agonizing. But Huff is going to be okay here. And I know there was a debate about it somewhere. I can't remember if it was here or if it was on my channel or Wars or something, but I know there is some debate or disputing of what constitutes a transition. Because a lot of people, even on 19 starts, will still refer to line like 130 onwards as the 19 transition, even if it's a 19 start. My opinion on the matter is, if the level, like in terms of transitions, I would probably classify it as like, I wouldn't consider like going to level 20 necessarily. It's not really a transition because you're still in the same state of play. Like, if the speed, I would sort of just classify it as when a speed changes, but I don't know. I think it shouldn't be too controversial, but I know there's a lot of people who feel passionately about that, so I'm not going to, yeah. Huff 230, Meme 191, unrelated, but I think I remember this time watching C2WC something, one competitor chose the seed themselves. Is that ever allowed? Usually not. I haven't seen it in traditional competition, at least, where they can choose their own seeds, but I will say it does make for an interesting, like, concept, where, like, you can choose your own, like, you can train a seed and choose it, but they can generate their own seeds as well. But yeah, I think what Dragon was meaning is, like, they choose the seed they want to go with. I think? I don't know. The player's going to continue to score some Tetrises here. $384 for Huff, 313 for Meme. And these are, well, this is Meme's 5th game of 7, or 6th game match of 7, excuse me. This is Huff's final match of his main season. Again, still has an outside shot of making it into the playoffs through the wildcard spot, which typically goes to the 4th placed competitor in a division. Currently occupies that 4th place position, but Sodium is only 2 points behind with a match in hand, so you would anticipate that this is must win for Huff. And as Kingsman points out correctly there, Huff needs to win, and not only that, is going to be dependent on some other folks. Cole and Sodium still have to play each other. So I'm sure Huff will be holding out for what happens there. 424 for Meme, 545 for Huff. Huff is having a great game here. Is currently ahead by just under 5 Tetrises over Meme, as both players are approaching level 20. Tetris for Meme. Of course, when they go to level 20, speeds will remain the same. It is a 19 start, and these speeds will remain as they are until level 29. Level 20 now, 600k for Huff, 504 for Meme. The main difference going into level 20 is the amount of points you get per line clear and per Tetris will increase every 10 lines as we go through the levels. Level 21 now. 653 for Huff, 556 for Meme. Both players continuing to score prolific Tetrises. Tetris for Huff, Tetris for Meme. Huff's J pieces seem to disappear sometimes. That's probably a capture thing, I would imagine. Also, hi, Elp. Find the seed with the most long bars. That would be... Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Yeah, they get, like... The J pieces are on a big stream. I can't blame Huff's J pieces. Like, there's 56 people watching this stream. Like, I would hide as well if I was a J piece, you know? Like, you get camera shy. Or, well, not capture shy. 838 for Huff, 772 for Meme. Nice spin there of that J piece for Meme. We'll get a Tetris. Huff is Tetris ready again. We're on level 25 now. Huff still holding about a 3 Tetris lead. Exactly. And like you're performing in front of like so many like viewers and players alike, you know. And sometimes you make mistakes and people are gonna comment on those mistakes. No, I'm talking about the J pieces, of course. Like being a J piece, like, because you only have a certain amount of slots that you can fill into as a J piece and still keep board accommodations, so you gotta feel for the J pieces sometimes. All pieces, to be frank. Max out for Huff, A13. Meme 939, going through a drought. Will get the bar over for it. Tetris, level 28 now for both players. Huff is looking to get this well uncovered before 29 arrives, and it's gonna be a bit awkward. Huff needs to get burn after burn, and that's exactly what he's doing here. He's gonna get this down in time. Meme goes in at A52. Huff's board is quite high, needs a bar. Where's the bar for Huff? Goes in at A30, can't do anything. Tops out at A30, there was nothing Huff could do there. And Meme is going to take game 2. GG's. That was unlucky. I really thought Huff was gonna get that well open, but the pieces just not cooperating at the worst possible time.